Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unlocking a massive concept in Michael Porter's generic competitive strategies, and we're zooming right in on differentiation. You know, if you've ever found yourself wondering how on earth certain brands can casually charge these huge, massive premiums while others are just locked in this desperate race to the bottom on price, well, it all comes down to this one strategic cornerstone.
Okay, let's dive into this. Picture yourself standing in a vast open landscape, and right in front of you are three distinct doors. Now, in business, you literally cannot walk through all of them at the same time. You just can't be everything to everyone. It doesn't work. As Michael Porter teaches us, a business-level strategy is fundamentally about the what, the who, and the how. You have to stake out a definitive position compared to your rivals. And choosing one path, well, that means deliberately ignoring the others so you can reduce the effects of intense rivalry and actually improve your profitability.
So, this forces the ultimate question that every single business leader has to face. Are you competing on price, or are you competing on uniqueness? Honestly, straddling the fence in today's highly commoditized markets, it usually just leaves you stuck right in the middle, completely vulnerable to attacks from all sides.
So, here is our roadmap for today. Number 1, the generic strategy landscape. Number 2, defining the differentiation strategy. 3, broad versus focused differentiation. 4, creating unique customer value. And finally, number 5, the risks of differentiation. Let's get to it.
Section 1. The Generic Strategy Landscape. Establishing the Boundaries.
All right, if we take a look at Porter's generic strategies matrix, we're basically mapping competitive advantage against market scope. I want you to notice exactly where differentiation and focused differentiation sit here. They occupy that entire bottom row, completely isolated from the cost-driven strategies sitting up above them.
See, while cost leadership totally relies on high volume and ruthless efficiency, differentiation actually breaks that traditional value-cost trade-off. It's all about setting your offering apart with unique attributes that buyers find so incredibly compelling, they will gladly, and I mean gladly, pay a premium for it.
Now, to really grasp differentiation, we have to talk about what it's trying to avoid, the red ocean. This is when you're competing in existing industries, literally fighting for existing demand. Porter's strategies basically dictate how you survive and thrive against rivals in these established and sometimes incredibly bloody competitive waters.
Section 2. Defining the differentiation strategy. Standing out.
Broad differentiation essentially seeks to stand out to a really wide spectrum of buyers. So the crucial point is that just being different isn't the actual goal here. Being perceived as superior is. Your strategy fails instantly if buyers don't find those unique attributes appealing enough to actually reach into their pockets and open their wallets. I love how Michael Porter puts this. He says, "A strategy delineates a territory in which a company seeks to be unique." Let that sink in for a second. It isn't just about slapping together a list of features. It's about planting your flag and truly owning a highly coveted concept right there in the consumer's mind.
And you know, that territory can be built on tangible attributes, things like physical specs or performance, which, let's be honest, competitors can usually clone pretty easily. But then you have intangible attributes. We're talking about a fiercely loyal brand community, or maybe a century-old reputation. These are socially complex, they're incredibly difficult to imitate, and they form the absolute bedrock of a true, sustainable advantage.
Section 3. Broad versus focused differentiation, sizing the market.
And this brilliantly illustrates the difference in market size. Notice how brands like Apple and BMW employ broad differentiation. They're offering innovation and premium engineering to a massive global cross-section of buyers. Now compare that to Rolls-Royce or the Four Seasons. They employ focused differentiation. They concentrate entirely on a very narrow group of upscale buyers who want highly customized, world-class attributes.
And that, my friends, is the power of the niche. Focused differentiation absolutely thrives when a segment is highly profitable, yet so incredibly specialized that those giant multi-segment competitors simply can't adapt to satisfy those specific tastes. You win by caring obsessively about a very specific need.
Section 4. Creating unique customer value. The mechanics.
So how do we actually build this? Well, uniqueness is built across the entire value chain. It could be unprecedented speed, or maybe unparalleled service, or pure, trusted reliability. Think about the literally decades of trust built into Johnson & Johnson's baby products, right? You leverage these specific drivers to build an offering that your rivals just cannot match.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it visualizes the whole concept. If we map consumer perceptions for pain relievers, placing effectiveness on the horizontal axis and gentleness on the vertical, we see generic aspirin just stuck way down there in the bottom left. But look at Tylenol. They've claimed their own completely unique territory high up in the top right. They are perceived as highly effective and highly gentle. By owning that specific intersection in the consumer's mind, Tylenol easily justifies its premium price.
Section 5. The risks of differentiation. Pitfalls to avoid.
Because let's be real, differentiation definitely comes with some inherent dangers. First off, if your features are easily copied, you instantly become a magnet for imitators and poof, your advantage vanishes. Also, you could easily overspend on trying to be unique and completely destroy your profit margins. Or you might try to overcharge way beyond the actual perceived value. And honestly, the most fatal trap of all, buyers simply might not care about your uniqueness in the first place.
So, let's wrap this up with a question for you to chew on. Evaluate your own business, or maybe just your favorite brand. Are they truly differentiated with a sustainable, hard-to-imitate advantage? Or are they really just pretending to be unique while slowly sinking into a bloody, price-driven red ocean? Remember, strategy is all about making choices, so choose your uniqueness carefully.